Guess who's back? It's been quite a while, huh? You could even say it's been a whole year. I mean, got a new intro, got a new background music. I even bought a green screen, so now you guys can see Luigi in all of his glory. Do you have anything you want to say to the camera, Luigi? Yeah, unfortunately this one can't take down the CEOs like the real one can, but at least it compensates by having a great smile. But as for today's video, we gotta talk about delays, and I know we can always just sit here and talk about my delay on dropping this video, but at least I have someone to blame, and that's Amazon Prime. But instead, for today's video, we're gonna talk about how one artist delayed his album so much to the point where he killed his own hype. See, the thing is with Playboi Carti, I've always seen him kind of like an anomaly. You know, he'll show up, drop a single, and then just disappear for months on end. And ever since 2019, when that Kid Cudi leak dropped, he's gained a cult following that's greater than what anybody's ever seen in hip-hop. But now the problem is that it seems he's taken advantage of the patience and loyalty that his fan base has for him and has decided to blue ball us all for eternity. And as of recently, it seems that he's finally reached the final straw with his fan base, or at least he's reached the final straw with me. Like, I genuinely don't get how you can name a song 2024 and then proceed to promote your highly anticipated album for dropping in 2024 and then proceed to do absolutely nothing throughout the entire year. It's been going on 5 years since the polarizing Whole Lotta Red drop, and since then we've only gotten a handful of singles, with only one of them actually being on streaming, a couple of mid-grade to weak features, and just a bunch of fit pics in aura. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tired of just all this aura and vibes being the only thing that's actually carrying Carti's momentum, and I think other fans are getting pretty tired of that as well. Like, imagine missing the birth of your child just to go play video games and then having the audacity to post shit like this. And it doesn't make it any better that his posse of like-minded losers can also only drop a shit ton of aura pics and then proceed to drop some of the most mid-grade dog water ass music on streaming that when I listen to it, it's like the equivalent of shoving shit straight into my ears. And before the opium fanboys can hop into my comments, I'm gonna just tell you this right now, there's absolutely nothing that can convince me to listen to a poor man's Carti. But to get back to the topic at hand, where is music and why does Playboi Carti hate his fan base? It's honestly comical how much Carti can just blatantly lie like this. Y'all remember all those weird cryptic tweets that Carti made talking about what do y'all want on Whole Lotta Red Deluxe, and then thanking a bunch of random artists that weren't even on the album back in like 2021? That definitely just felt like foreshadowing of all the schizo shit we get now, with him introducing a completely new sound and image, with him ditching that whole vampire edgy weird shit he was doing before, now going for his best rendition of a Hardy Brothers cosplay. But what I will say is that for the most part, the singles that we did get in 2024 were pretty peak, I'm not gonna lie, showing some of his best lyricism as well as this whole new sound that I do enjoy quite a bit. For little moments in time this past year, it did kind of feel like we were just in very good standing with Carti as an artist, especially with 4 straight years of just nothing but drama because Carti is a shit person. In the on and off span of a bald guy screaming into a camera, it finally felt like we were going to get the 3rd Carti album. But as the clock struck 0, and it finally hit January 1st, and as I took a look at Apple Music after getting over the worst hangover of my life, I realized there was nothing there. But hey, I can sit here and complain all day, which I will. I'm gonna complain. That's what this video is about. What I will say is that I can make a couple of theories out of this, right? First theory is the fact that since it was revealed that Carti is once again working with Kanye on his latest project, if we know anything about Kanye when it comes to releasing albums, delaying an album is kind of like his second language next to hysterical ramblings while being high on nitrous. And knowing Carti, I'm pretty sure Kanye probably just convinced Kanye very easily to just not even drop music and instead just wait for Bully to drop, because for some very odd reason people have a tendency to still think that Kanye is some iconic musical genius and not just some sex addicted weirdo with a god complex. But the second theory I got on hand is the fact that I don't think Kanye was ever actually prepared to drop this album in the first place. Even with the few singles that he did this past year, it was actually shown that he actually only did these singles like a couple of days to the night before they were actually released. When stuff like that gets revealed, it kind of makes you question what he actually did these past 5 years. But then again though, when you take a look at his Instagram, I think that can answer that question pretty easily. Third theory I'd have is from the label themselves, even though I feel like from a business standpoint, it wouldn't really make any sense to delay one of the most highly anticipated hip hop projects of 2024, 2023, 2022, and 2021. I mean, he's still getting spots on big shows and tours, meaning that people are expecting something from him. He just chooses not to deliver. I mean, personally, I feel like his best times to drop would have been around early January last year, or around his birthday in September, because those are about the biggest times when his hype was at its peak. But as of right now, looking at it nowadays, I don't really see him doing anything more than maybe 200K first week. And I know, you can look outside of stuff like Reddit and stuff like that and look at the reality of Carti's fan base. I don't know. I feel like he kind of killed his own hype. I can't see anything more than 200K. 250K if he's lucky. And it definitely doesn't make it better when it got exposed that his feature on the Weeknd's track Timeless was actually AI. And it's crazy because the damage control that Carti's label did to try and cover all of this up was absolutely comical. I mean, they even had the audacity to call the people that were calling out Carti fake fans, and it's like, that's a level of delusional that I would just aspire to achieve. But at the end of the day, personally, I'm done with the hype. I mean, I should have seen this coming back in 2020 when he got exposed for not being there for his kid, because I guess even with being a present father, he'd rather delay that too. Unfortunately, the Carti fan base is still filled with that whole army of cock munchers, but hey, whatever, y'all can have that, because personally, there's way too much music that's been dropping these past couple of years for me to sit here and wait on this one guy. That's all I really got to say in the entire matter. Personally, I mean, let me know y'all thoughts on how y'all feel on music just not dropping, and do y'all even think it's even gonna drop this year? Personally, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I feel like Carti kind of killed his own hype. I mean, all you literally had to do was just drop the album. I don't know, maybe it's Kanye, maybe it's Carti's ego, maybe it's both. I don't know, man. For me personally, I'm over the hype. But thank y'all for watching. Glad to be back again for another new year, man. 2025 is going to be even better than 2024. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.